a mother is at risk of getting her child taken away by the courts because of a rock that she has in her driveway. The rock in question, you can see here, is painted with a Confederate flag. Now, I don't want to get into whether or not that's acceptable or a good thing or whatever, because the fact remains that she is within her rights to have a rock like that. It is free speech. She is allowed to do that. And to remove a child from a family or from a home based on a rock seems completely insane to me. So this is what the court said in regards to this very offensive rock. Given that the child is of mixed race, it would seem apparent that the presence of this flag is not in the child's best interest, as the mother must encourage and teach the child to embrace her mixed race identity rather than thrust her into a world that only makes sense through the tortured lens of cognitive dissonance. So the child is mixed race, it says so right here, and if the child had come forward and said that this is offensive to her or she doesn't like it or something, then maybe there'd be a point here. But at least in this article from the New York Post, I see no evidence of that having happened, that it was simply brought up by the father for no real reason. Now, the mother, her name is Christy, and the father's name is Isaiah, and they have had legal joint custody since 2014 for quite a while. But now they both want to change that. The father wants sole custody, as it says right here, but the mother only wants the father to see the child every other weekend. And we just lost that from an ad, but that's okay. Which I can understand there being custody battle because that happens fairly frequently. But why in the world does this rock have to come into play here? Now, we already read the first part of the court document, but it also says that this rock, further and viewed pragmatically, the presence of the Confederate flag is a symbol inflaming the already strained relationship between the parties, talking about the mother and the father. And if it is not removed by June 1st, its continued presence shall constitute a change in circumstances, and family court shall factor this into any future best interests analysis. So what that is trying to say, in plain English, is that if she does not get rid of this Confederate flag rock, the court will take that into account and will possibly give the father sole custody based on a rock. And I understand that there are other mitigating factors, for sure. The fact of the matter is, we don't know everything that's going on. But we do know that, at the very least, the court thinks that bringing up this rock is relevant. Now, the lawyer who's in charge of representing the child said that it was like something pulled out of a hat, because the rock had never been brought up when the parents disagreed. They never talked about the rock. It was just something the father brought up at one point in court, and now it's part of the official court documents, apparently, and it's being talked about. And then we have this attorney, Michael Stutman, who specializes in matrimonial law. He said that I think it's a really dangerous precedent to set, because you could easily find a conservative court saying that a person who flies a rainbow pride flag on their front door is an unfit parent because the judge does not believe in their sexual choices, which I think is a very valid point. So I'm not trying to defend the Confederate flag itself. I think there are some arguments in favor and arguments against, and I personally wouldn't fly a Confederate flag. I just wouldn't feel comfortable with that. But I also don't think that means that someone is inherently bad or inherently racist because they view it as something cultural or part of their heritage. But this court is trying to take that and make it a central part of these custody hearings. And that seems like government overreach by far. I don't think the fact that she has a rock painted with a flag, even a Confederate flag, in her driveway means that she is a bad parent. I don't think it means she's unfit to raise a child, even a mixed race child. That is ridiculous. If you disagree with me, let me know why down in the comment section below. But I do think, as the attorney already brought up, if this does go through, this is a very dangerous precedent. You could easily see conservatives arguing that yes, pride flags or BLM flags or any number of political statements would make someone unfit to be a parent. And I may disagree with those political statements, but that doesn't make them unfit to be a parent. It does not mean that the government should then be able to come in and forcibly take away the child from that parent. I don't agree with that at all, and I hope you don't either. So this is a pretty weird and messed up story. Before you take off, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and again, leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.